3 shots, 4 par, I just do 2. 1 putt, par 4, birdie, woohoo. New driver, info, replace, M2, par 5, fairway, what you fin do? Think I'll try to get on into, start right, good line, good view, hit Drew, shooter McGavin.
Episode 196. Next week we got Ty Saloni. He's coming back. He just qualified for the Ottawa Open, so I was supposed to be there. Unfortunately, schedule's not going to allow me to be there, but we're hoping to do a couple cool things. So, kind of just gonna try and make the final event of PGA Tour Americas. I think we got a couple things to do there, so I think that'll be pretty cool. Schedule's just been a bit tight away from the podcast here. So we got Ty Saloni and then Paragolf Ontario coming up. And then our episode 200 is coming up in a month, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So the Full Wedge Classic next week, I was saying I'm playing in that. A couple of buddies are playing in that too, Kirk, Brandon, and Sean, so it'll be a lot of fun. A couple weeks ago, Full Wedge dropped a new collection too, so if you're looking for stuff for the summer, they got the Luxie. So all their stuff is in men and women's, which is great. Their women's stuff is awesome too. So if you're listening to the pod, you want good women's golf clothing. Like I know we've had 4 chicks on and stuff like that, but it's hard to get really good women's clothing. So Full Wedge just got that. They got the Luxie, LaFleur, Ace, and Daisy. So they got new golf shorts and stuff like that too. The Canuck stuff. We just had Canada Day, so lots of good stuff at fullwedgegolf.com. You can use our promo code OTS to get you 20% off. And there will be another Full Wedge Classic coming up. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the date, but there will be another one. So it'll be in a couple months. I'm sure I won't get in trouble for that one. Sorry, Andrew, if you didn't want that going out. But there is a Full Wedge Classic Instagram handle too. So I'll try and link in the show notes. If I didn't, I'm going to put up a picture probably right now or a couple seconds ago of all like the new drop that they just had. So check that out too. But Bryce, a couple things happening in the golf world. So no guest this week, but we'll have a couple like we mentioned coming up. So I know you want to talk some real golf, but I kind of want to like start this asking you. Bryce is are you a U.S. citizen now?
I'm not a citizen. I'm a U.S. resident. I have to wait 5 to 7 years after I get my residency to apply for citizenship. But the only difference, I just can't vote. So I'm a citizen that can't vote, essentially.
Okay. So if you wanted to vote hypothetically on the 2 presidents or whatever running, like whatever you want to call it, in their golf games, that's kind of what I want to ask you about, because I don't like to talk politics at all. Like politics is not my thing, but when it's involved in the golf space, it's kind of funny to me. I think it's kind of hilarious. Like there's a president calling out another one for a $1 million match. So I just want to give you and anybody else listening a couple details about the match that would be. So it was stated that
disclaimer before you get into this. This is no political views. This is strictly just golf. Like
this is just the most lighthearted conversation about fun and golf, and just like how funny this would be, because I think, like Trump said, it would be like the most viewed golf match ever. He's probably not lying, because I think it actually probably would be. So right now, I looked up a couple details. So anybody's not kind of following this, which is probably a lot of us, I just think it was kind of funny that we're in the middle of like a presidential debate and he's like, let's play golf for, $1 million to a charity, which is kind of cool too. Joe Biden, 46th president of the U.S., is a 6.7 handicap, but he hasn't posted around in 6 years. Something tells me that's a little bit higher now, a little bit, but Donald Trump, the 45th president, is a 2.8. And I guess he played nearly 300 rounds during his presidency in 4 years. Or did he do 8 years? I'm not sure. So, he's playing a ton of golf, man. So let's take, for what we know, they were talking about playing at Trump Doral, which we see quite a bit. And let's take them at a 6.7 versus a 2.8. And Trump has said, I will give you 10 strokes aside to Biden. So looking through Trump National, if we tip it up, which like we saw Vim tip it up there, like it's 7,500, 7,545. So we'll take it down. The golds go down to 7,000, which is still not something that Trump is going to play on. 6,700 on the Blues, which is something that I still don't think he would play on. Biden definitely probably wouldn't. So I think we're going to land on the whites. It's 6360, 72 rating, 139 slope. So I think that that's somewhere we land. So Bryce, I'm asking you, if you're caddying and you're gonna get one or the other, like, do you have any thoughts on it? Like, 20 strokes is a lot of strokes, right? I assume we're playing. What's that?
He's still got no chance.
You think Trump would win?
Oh, by landslide, even given 20 shots.
So, but hold on. I'm basing this off of 2018 Biden, I guess. Like, it's so hard to do that because, like,
yeah,
this
but
would be a real-time
we're in
match.
2024 though.
But we don't know how good his game is. What if his game's better, man?
There's no way.
I see some of these guys like going around my club that just putter, like they just put it down there 180, hit their next shot, flip a wedge on, make a bunch of pars, man.
Yeah, I still don't think it's close.
So have you seen Trump golf?
Yeah, he's good.
You think he's good though? Like,
yeah, he's got a wild swing, but I've heard he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good. I guess I haven't heard. Like, yeah, I heard from my
there's
buddies.
so many like allegations of like that. Remember that one he like kind of putts and then taps in with his finger?
Yeah.
But like,
well, I don't know. Like, he's got a decent move on him. I don't think it's terrible.
So you think he's a 2.8?
I don't know. I feel like he's I guess, like I said, this is all just like outside looking in, kind of. But he seems like he kind of takes pride in it a little. Like, I think he kind of like. I think he'd be one of those guys that like cares. Like, if he shot like a 90, you'd put it in and be like, yeah, like,
yeah. I could see that.
That's how it makes me feel, anyway.
I've just seen I've seen like a lot of videos and stuff where I'm like, I don't know if I'm like even I'm like fighting to stay a single digit handicap, and I think I would accept that match for sure. No strokes. And I think it'd be okay, but it's kind of just something that I thought was interesting. So why I kind of wanted to have this like banter. I'll take Biden with the 20 strokes. We'll we'll putt at 150 down the fairway, and then we'll be playing for bogeys just to kind of make par. So I think we'd be okay with the 20 strokes. 20 strokes is a lot of strokes, man. All we gotta do is break.
It is, but it takes one hole to make a 9, and then there go.
I think we got to break 100. I think Biden's got to shoot his age. How old is he? Is he 100? He's got to be 90 something, right?
No, I don't think so.
Stay away from the let's stay away from the political views, but like
I want to say 86.
Yeah, so he's probably like high 80s. So.
81. He's 81. 81.
Okay, so definitely doesn't need to shoot his age. I think if he broke 100, he would win. If he's getting 20 strokes. I don't think Trump's breaking 80, man. Not with that move. But so the reason why I was asking you this and why I kind of started off the episode this way, because I think it was kind of cool that it's just like we're in a world where like golf gets involved in this type of like conversation now. It's kind of neat. It's kind of neat that, it's such a probably the most debated topic on the planet is like the presidency.
Get Capital One in here. Get Chuck, all the boys with the mics, and set it up.
Could you imagine Kiz, man? Could you imagine Kiz on the mic just like walking the fairways? Great. Like, it would be amazing, man. I think it would be awesome.
Smiley Kaufman. It would be just legendary.
I think it would be incredible for golf. I think it would be I don't know though. It might make like a circus of like all of that type of stuff. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What it is. But if we're donating money, who cares? We're donating money to a charity. Who cares, right? So, we'll do any live commentary if anybody's listening to this. I'd love to get involved in that. I'd love to get involved in some way. I would even just carry the bag for Biden. I'll caddy. I think it'll be a great time. I'm sure I'm not on his depth chart, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. It'd be a good time. So OTS golf, just just doing the bags, just carrying the bags. I think we'd have a blast, man. So anyway, I think Biden plus 20 would be hard to beat. I think anybody plus 20 is hard to beat. We were playing our doubles match play today, so I played the worst round I can actually remember ever playing. I hit the coolest shot though. This is something that's like, I don't know. You like remember the good shots that you hit. I hit a good drive, just pushed it a little left on 13 there at Port Hope. So it's like the one where the old range used to be on the left side. Mm-hmm. So it's like the long par 4. It's got the bunkers and that valley before it.
Mm-hmm.
So I like hit the top of the hill and it took like a shot left. And so I was in between these two trees that were like, I had to keep the ball at like maybe 4 feet. And I just hit like a low stinging 7-iron, like 175, which is hard for me. I just like punched it. Like that's a long 7-iron for me. I usually hit it like 165. And I punched it like low and it just ran up between the two to like 10 or 15 feet. It was a great shot. But I played
Nice.
absolutely awful, which is, you were saying you weren't playing well the other day either. So
Yeah.
game's in a dark place, man.
Yeah, I got I'm in a dark place too because I got a duck hook off the tee. And
Yeah.
I've never been able to hit a draw even if I tried to. So we're struggling right
So
now.
are you dropping your lead shoulder? Like that's my problem. I'm like
Oh, I don't know.
I'm dropping
But
it
I
and
tee the ball up and swing away. I
yeah.
don't get it.
I'm dropping it and like pulling. So like it's my right hand. So I'm pulling downward, not hitting up on the ball whatsoever, which is
Yeah. I don't
who
know.
was it that told us? Oh,
I
it was
shot 86 the other day.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was from Kestrel Golf. And Jim from Kestrel Golf talking about how not that many people hit up on the ball and we were like, really? And I
Yeah.
definitely do not. I did something for the first time today. I like chunked a 3-wood off the tee. I was like, you ever go to a tee block and you're like, who's taking a divot on this tee block?
Yeah, and
I'm
you did it.
I
Dude,
now know.
for the first time ever, last Thursday on 4th of July, I went and played. And for the first time ever, I stepped up on a tee deck and just, where you kind of have those shots where you don't like it. It just doesn't suit your eye. You
Yeah.
just, I went up to this ball. I fully like got ready to hit it. Was about to take my backswing, and I was like, I don't like this. Backed off, like the good mature move, backing off and resetting. Went back up, just duck hooked it right in the woods.
Yeah.
I've just and then it's like the first time ever like on a tee deck where I just haven't been like, oh, this is fine. And it called for a cut too, my normal shot, and it's yeah, I don't know. We're in dark places right now, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're just podcasters now, man. We're that's it. We're not golfers anymore. I like looked at my 18 birdies app the other day because I was looking up this round because I had this wild round at this. You ever see that little High Hope course? High
Yeah,
Hope
yeah.
Farms. I shot a 4 under there one day.
Mhm.
And it's like a crazy little par 3, like slippery track, right? And I just like I almost had 2 hole-in-ones. I don't think I had a bogey. And I remember like I was playing with like my sister and like a friend of ours or something, buddy of mine. And I rolled in like a couple long putts too, like 30, 40 footers. It was just a really good day.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, I look back at my 66 and say the same thing.
I was a 3, man. And like I was a 2 at one point. So a 2 to 3 up until 2021, I think it was. So I'm
Mhm.
telling you, man, the baby is gonna add a few points for sure.
Yeah, well, I'm still somehow 1.6. So,
Yeah.
well, as soon as that 66 filters out, it might jump a lot.
Yeah, it might.
We'll see. I
It
don't know.
definitely
I've
might.
been waiting for it to go up more and more, but it just hasn't. So,
Yeah, I
we'll
feel like, I just I keep the handicap now, but it's all about just trying to hit cool golf shots. But
Mhm.
we're well, I guess we'd be almost the third round by the time people are listening to this. If you're listening on Friday of the Scottish Open, so Roy started hot. I guess round 2 is would it be right now? Like as we're recording this Thursday night,
Maybe. Let me look.
because I know like Fleetwood started really well. Justin Thomas was
JT's leading.
yeah, which is wild.
That's awesome to see.
Yeah.
No, they're done.
So just
Well,
first round, bogey free 82 or 62 to be 8 under, which is pretty awesome. Our guy Sung
good
Jae
for
too.
him, man.
Sung Jae 7 under, good round for him. So yeah,
Rory's
it's
5 under, so that's good.
Oberg, Justin Lower's been playing sick golf lately. Davis
Corey
Thompson,
Connor's 5 under.
he won last week. He's 5. So a lot of like really good players. I think it'll be it's always fun, man. Scottish Open's kind of fun. It's kind of cool to watch.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. I honestly forgot it was Thursday. I had a rain day yesterday, so because we're working outside right now, and my week's all messed up now, so even forgot it was Thursday. But yeah, I'm good to see Rory shooting low again. I mean, his game's so good right now. It's good to
Yeah.
see him kind of, especially after what happened at the U.S. Open. It's good to see him bounce back and post a good score today, and hopefully hopefully bring it into the tomorrow and the weekend.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because we talked about Bryson a little bit there, and like Roy's kind of been quiet, hasn't really said anything or done anything since. Obviously, he didn't play the John Deere, but which is cool because I've chatted with Hayden Springer a little bit, so it's kind of cool to see him shoot a 59. Hayden Springer stories, like it's incredible, man. Obviously, a couple years ago, he's on PGA Tour Canada, America's Corn Ferry Tour, PGA Tour now. Lost his young daughter, like wild story, man. Just like how hard that would be, but first player in the history of golf to play the final 2 holes 3 under to shoot a 59.
Oh, really?
Because when you're in the watch, right? When you're in the hunt, so he shot 27 on the front, man.
I know, it was low.
I loved seeing the comments too, because people are like, "Oh, wheels fell off on the back." It's just like, yeah, wheels completely fell off on the back to shoot a 59, 32 on the back or whatever. So, but yeah, it's like he went 3 under on the final 2 holes. When he chipped in for eagle from like 40 yards or something, and then made birdie on the final.
Like I think it was like a 22 or 21 footer.
Yeah,
good
yeah.
length.
So good stuff for Hayden. Chatted with him a little bit just through like social media and stuff like that. Really nice guy. So, obviously he didn't win the John Deere Classic. Davis Thompson did, but Luke Canton like his 2 top 10s in a row, which is crazy.
Guy's gonna be a player, dude.
Yeah, PGA Tour U's pretty
gonna be a player.
pretty well represented.
Bjornsson was up there too. He played well as well. And it's we got some good young talent coming through the ranks.
Young man's game right now, but yeah, obviously like the Scottish Open and stuff is kind of happening right now, and in a few weeks we got the Open Championship. 2 weeks, I guess, right? 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I think is it not? What's next weekend?
Is it next weekend? What?
I thought it was. Maybe
I guess it's because it's where we are right now. Yeah, so it is. It's usually the 3rd weekend of July. So, yeah, that'd be next weekend. You're right.
Yeah.
So, any predictions and stuff? We usually don't do a ton of this stuff, but any predictions for the Open Championship?
I mean,
give me 3 guys and the winning score.
I mean, Rory's gonna be there.
Yeah,
for sure. I think he's got to be there. I want to see Bryson there again. That would get my blood moving. I'd love to see him in the mix again. That'd be awesome. I'm gonna give you 5 because Scotty's gonna be there too. So there's my 3. But I like Tommy Fleetwood to put on a show.
Always.
And maybe let me give you some like maybe a outsider.
There's just some guys who play it so well, right? Like
I'd love to see Robbie Mack play well.
Yeah, like that would be great. Obviously, it's his kind of game. He talked about that at the Canadian Open. I was able to watch a press conference after, and he talked about how like important the Scottish Open and the Open Championship is to him and stuff. And his game's kind of tailor made for that too. Like he can like move the ball so well. Like you think of guys like Louis Oosthuizen and stuff like that too. They're like kind of always there in those types of tournaments. Like they're always kind of floating around. Like Molinari, like always seems to be popping up there. Like it's, but if it's
windy, watch out for Shane Lowry, man.
Yeah,
got the best weather player on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, and it's kind of like
I think every time it's raining or windy or crazy conditions, he always goes low, man. I don't know. He's so good in the elements.
My only addition would be Oberg because he's playing insane right now. Like
I was gonna say him, but I just kind of
so it's not like he's a shocker anymore. But like this will be his 3rd major championship, I believe, and he's been like at the top of the leaderboard in the U.S. Open and the Masters, right? So it's like I think it would be pretty awesome. Like if I could pick any 2 players to see like battling it on Sunday, I'd like to see Oberg and Tommy Fleetwood. That'd be awesome. That would be so much fun. I feel like golf fans would love that. Obviously,
I really want a top 10 from JT too. That would make me feel good. I want to see. He's been struggling so bad. I want to see him just get back into the swing.
Get some.
Just get some momentum.
Yeah, get some momentum. Get a couple. Because he's starting to get to the point where like he might not be playing in some of these tournaments and stuff too.
I
right?
know.
The Adam Scott scare and stuff like that, man. Like that's. But and then Ryder Cup and stuff like that. It was kind of cool to have Keegan Bradley. I think it was a lot of people on like our social media are like, this is so cringy, but I think it'd be fun to have Keegan Bradley be the captain It's interesting.
Is he gonna call his own shot and be a player captain?
No,
You don't think?
no, no, I don't think so. I think there's only, I don't know, I don't have the stats in front of me, but there's only been so many players to do that. If they're like,
Well,
I'm not
I
sure who has.
saw they pulled up a stat on it on the TV. I think it was like Tom Watson, Tiger,
Yeah.
like two more names. That was it, I
So
think.
I don't,
Exactly.
I don't think. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like those three players that you just named are a lot
Yeah, yeah.
different
Keegan
names than
Bradley's
Keegan
not in
Bradley.
that discussion.
So like if there's anybody though, man, like Keegan Bradley like loves
I know.
he's like
That's
the
why. That's
American
why.
Ian Poulter, right? Like he like
That's why I asked
loves
the question. It's like,
the only thing is I think there'd be a ton of pressure on him. So I don't think there's a win for him to do that. I don't think it's a good
yeah.
idea for him. Like that's my opinion. I don't think it's a good idea because if you call your own shot, like look at the shit that Zach Johnson took, man.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
you call your own
Dude,
shot and you go out there and you don't play well, but
yeah. Did you see Dan Rappaport's tweet after they announced that?
no,
He goes, "What is Netflix just running golf now?" Question mark.
maybe, but
Easy.
I think like remember he got into it with Jimenez like a few years ago, man. I don't know.
Oh
Man.
yeah.
Maybe I would like to see that. Like just for the ratings, I would love to see Keegan Bradley put himself up against like Rory.
You know
in a
what?
match or something.
I agree with you in the fact that I don't really think he can do it, but I'm not counting that situation out though. Like
Yeah.
I think there is a possibility in some crazy planet that he will do that,
But he would have
I'm
to
not.
like he would be removing a player from play
Oh,
like
correct.
from the whole
Yeah, oh
tournament,
yeah.
right? So I don't know that he can. I don't think like you can't just assert yourself. So you'd have to go like one man less, one player less for the whole tournament, which I don't think he can do.
Yeah, no, you can't. That's Tiger was the player captain. He just
So
was a player, but he was the captain.
yeah, but like he can't just like say he wants to take out JT or whoever it is. Like he can't just take him out so he can play. Like he would have to be like he would have to register himself as a player in the tournament, I believe, right?
No, I think he can. It would just be a
See,
captain pick. He
see,
would just
like
pick himself.
yeah, but a captain's pick for the event. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hopefully we're not bantering here, and like the listeners are like, what are these guys talking about? But like, so if he's a captain's pick, he can't
Yeah.
pick somebody else as well.
No,
Like,
he'd have to pick himself.
yeah, and he would have to
Yeah.
set himself up
Yeah.
for the whole event, which he'd probably
For
only be
sure.
able to really use himself for a couple matches, right? But
Yeah, but
I say for the ratings of the game, let's do it, man. Like,
I don't think it's out of the question. I think it's far fetched. I don't think it's out of the question.
yeah. I like too that he was like, I don't give a shit about live and stuff like that. I'm gonna pick whoever the best players are. Like, I don't care about all this
Yeah.
banter, all this noise with golf. I really like that because, like, obviously,
Imagine a Ryder Cup without Bryson.
no, like that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Remember last Ryder Cup we had Ryan Gregnell on like afterwards,
Yeah.
and Bryson had just come after like he was like the U.S. best player probably, and he drove that and he's like got the Thor cane, like the Thor hammer with
Yeah.
his putter and stuff like that. Like, call Bryson what you want, cheesy, whatever, but like he played amazing, man, and like
Oh yeah.
and then Ryan was saying how electric like the long drive event was. He like came straight from there to Mesquite, Nevada,
Mhm.
and he's probably the second best player on the planet right now. Like, how do
Mhm.
you not? He's a top 3 player in the world right now. Like,
Mhm.
maybe Scotty and Rory are like right there.
All right, so I got another. Well, we're on Ryder Cup topic. Rom, Terrell Hatton, like, are they out now, or what are we doing here?
No, I don't think John Rahm's out.
Well, he's on live, man. They were pretty strict about the whole live situation. They stripped Henrik Stenson the captaincy, and they didn't pick any live guy.
Oh yeah, but I guess it depends who it is, right? Because obviously, like Keegan Bradley has come out publicly and
Well,
said
I
we're
thought
going
it
to
was the
have live
RNA.
guys.
I thought it was the RNA that said no, like no live guys. I'm pretty sure it
Ooh.
was.
Yeah, that would be.
I'm pretty sure it was. And if that sticks, it's gonna be a blowout, I think.
Because people are still going to have their thoughts of like Ian Poulter being like debatably like the best
Yeah, Ryder Cup
for like the European side. But like John Rahm, you can't leave out, even if his game's like not super tight right now.
Yeah.
Terrell Hatton's playing well. Sergio's obviously kind of fallen off a little bit, but yeah, I really hope not, man, because that would be a bit of
They
an
were pretty
asterisk,
strict about it last year, so I don't know. I mean, it has come down a lot, but still,
Yeah.
they sounded pretty strict about it. I mean, they stripped their captain. Like, I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that's true. The conversation has changed a lot though. So
Big time, big time.
they have the framework agreement in place and stuff like that. Whether or not that means anything to anybody, I really hope that, like, I don't know, man. It's like COVID. I don't want to have this conversation anymore. I just want people to play golf and enjoy it.
I know.
But we gotta have Bryson there. We gotta have Brooks there. You gotta have Rom there. You gotta find a way to make it work.
I think you even gotta have Hat in there, honestly.
Yeah. And
But
like, do you have DJ? Like, probably
No.
not anymore. No.
I'm taking. I mean, we already had this kind of chat previously. I guess we did I guess we did Live versus PGA, but like, you gotta have Xander now.
Yep. Yeah, of course, of course. Like, it's.
I mean, borderline Patrick Cantlay. Like, there's so many.
Max Homa.
There's so many names, man. It's insane.
There are, and then like, so it's kind of more or less like on the U.S. side though, like who, or on the European side, like who they would bring, I guess, too, because there's too many names to think of, like guys like Dustin Johnson anymore. That's why I think Keegan Bradley doesn't name himself, because I think he realistically probably knows he's not there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the European team's sick, man. So I'd really like to see. Good. I'd like to see Rom there, because I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, they have to be there.
But yeah, fullwedgegolf.com. We're gonna do a quick one here because I got to edit tonight, put this one out, and then we got a couple things coming up for next week. We'll be at the Full Wedge Classic, so come say hello if you're listening by chance. Yeah, fullwedgegolf.com. You can use OTS, 20% off. Good stuff, really good stuff. The new collection's awesome. They've dropped like 4 new sets this like spring and summer, so go check it out. Yeah, Bryce will be around, but you got a baby on the way, so things might be changing.
It could be any day now. So
then we're planning an episode with EMU's latest coach. I think we kind of talked about this, so hopefully in the next couple of months I'll come out and see you, and we can zip over to EMU and hop on with Andy Walker. That'd be such a fun episode, man.
And we'll probably try to get around in and get some live stuff done. Some good. Maybe like a little match between me and you or something. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, just hacking it around out there. Oh,
yeah.
I think we'd have to do like a scramble or something. We'd have to do like a
Yeah, we could do whatever.
But lots of good stuff. So if you have any suggestions or anything like that, or anybody you want to see on the pod, send us. I've been sitting down in this room in the cave here for a while, but I'm redoing like a pod space. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks I got it up and going. So it'll be pretty cool. And then we'll be kind of back on track. So episode 200 coming in like a month. Appreciate everybody listening. As always, YouTube's been like a little bit better. So subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, and let us know if there's anything you want to hear on the pod. We appreciate it. And yeah, play golf, because Bryce and I are not playing very well right now. So play golf. Tell us how good it's going, because we don't know. But
I got 2 scramble tournaments this weekend, so I'm going to try to turn my game around.
Love it. Love that.
You're
a good it's like me, man. I'm a good scramble player. I can like give something to a scramble team, but I cannot hit consecutive shots right now. It's just like, but one positive is like my last few rounds, I've like probably missed like 3 or 4 putts outside like 10 to 15 feet. Like I'm not missing, like I'm just trying to say, like I'm not missing much around 10 to 15 feet. I'm rolling in a lot of putts, which is great. But man, everything else is just tough. It's tough, but we got friends who can help us with that kind of stuff, so we'll figure it out. It's just golf, right? It's a fun time. But yeah, Full Wedge Golf, it's in the show notes. Go check it out. And after this one, you should go. I think it's the Full Wedge Classic on Instagram. I'll try and link that as well. Follow that so you can hop into the next one. So cat's out of the bag. That's going to be episode 200. We're going to do a pretty in-depth we're going to get into the Full Wedge headquarters pretty deep, which no one has ever done. So I think it'd be pretty cool. They're one of Canada's coolest golf brands. Just one of the coolest golf brands really out there. And we're going to get in deep. If you're still listening to the pod, you were able to hear it at this point. So we're going to get in depth, get into the warehouse. We're going to get in Andrew's head a little bit and have a cool chat. So it doesn't happen often, so we're excited to do it. But I got to figure out a way to bring you in, Bryce, but we'll have to make it work somehow. We'll get you on the phone or something. We'll get you on the phone.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
All right. Thanks, buddy. And, yeah, stay tuned. We got Ty Saloni, I think, next week. So Always a good chat with Ty Saloni. If you guys remember the last one, he was still hitting that like CMO or whatever. Man, it was so fun. What a good guy. EMU guy as well. So why not? All right, episode 196 in the books, Bryce. Man, we're crushing. We're doing all right. Flip it quick at it, and we'll see you guys next week.
Is out in my ball in the course where I tee up. I lose the ball and I re-up. I miss a fairway, I probably end up in the ocean or maybe the beach. And I'm on a par 5 and I'm finna go reach it. Second was blind, I ain't see it. Feel like it might be an albatross working.